and welcome to onlinegroomingschool.com. My name is Yvonne and my assistant for today is Joanna. And what we're going to teach you today is how to do a kennel clip on a poodle. Now the example we're using today is a standard poodle. This is Lucas. Lucas, let's see, you want to say hi? He's like, he's a little tall, so let me see if we can get him under here. There you go.
There you go. Hi,
so this is Lucas. He's a standard poodle. And he's a regular client of ours, so we're going to show you how to do the clip. If you'd like, you can come around here. We did the one side already. This is a kennel clip, and basically it's shorter in the middle, a little fuller on the legs. Okay?
So it's like a tubular all the way down the legs.
Like little balloon legs on the side.
Okay, short on the body. Nice.
All right?
And same with the rears, huh?
Yes.
Kind of tubular. What do you do with the tail? Anything yet? Or?
No, nothing yet. We're leaving that for last. But most importantly, I want to talk about the tools we're going to use today. And we set out the tools here on the table. Usually you do not leave your tools on the table where you have a dog because they have a habit of, kicking them off. So what we're going to use today is a greyhound comb, which is also known as a fluffing comb. All right. We're going to use a 7 finishing blade. We have 2 in case one gets hot. We also have a 10 blade for the sanitation and short areas. We have a 30 blade. We're going to use this for the attachment combs. We're going to show you how to use attachment combs on the legs and also how to blend. We also have a slicker brush, which is a brush that will brush out the coat. For this example, we're using an 8.5 straights because it's a lot of ground to cover with him. And also 8.5 curves. And of course we have a wall cordless clipper, and also we have an Andis 2-speed clipper. All right. We're going to be referencing the Sam Cole All-Breed Dog Grooming Guide. Okay. This is kind of beat up. We use it a lot. All right. But I'm going to turn to that page. I wasn't kidding, we do use it a lot. Okay. And here is the one we're going to be doing today, the kennel clip on a poodle. As you can see, Mr. Cole uses numbers, and all you do is follow the numbers and look at the explanation and instructions according to those numbers. All right? I also wanted to show you in here that the lamb clip, because we don't have a video on the lamb clip, is really just a longer version of the kennel clip, meaning that we might not use a 7 in the middle here. We might use a 3 or a 5 or a 4 blade, which leaves more length on the coat. So just for explanation, the lamb clip and the kennel clip are similar, just that the lamb clip leaves the coat a little bit longer. All right. And also wanted to show you in the book, it does show you the different types of heads that you can do on poodles. Most poodles have what's called a clean face, which means we shave the face, just like on this one as well. We have the puppy clip, and you can see there's it's a fuller top knot. This is more defined top knot. And sometimes on the muzzle you'll leave mustaches. Okay? So we're going to get started. It looks like Lucas is getting restless, but again, I just wanted to tell you that this is the book to get, the All-Breed Dog Grooming Guide by Sam Cole. All right? All right. So what we're going to do first is, ideally what you want to do is set the pattern prior to bathing. Now, Lucas here has already been bathed, all right? So we didn't do the pre-clip on him, or we didn't set the pattern. So we're going to go ahead and start trimming.
So we've done the his left side, and now you're gonna show us how to do the right side.
Correct. We're going to do the
To
right
match
side, pretty much.
Okay.
Right? First thing you want to do, I want to show you. You notice here, Lucas has all his feet shaved. These are called poodle feet on 3 feet already.
Okay. So the back ones are shaved.
And the one front one is shaved. But we saved one for you so that we can show you how to do this. You can see the difference. This is a really furry little foot and compared to this clean foot. All right? So we're going to get started on that. And the position I'm going to take is the most comfortable. Okay, we're going to use a 30 on him. It's a very short shave. Now Lucas is a little bit heavy-footed. You might get some dogs that just want to fight you a little bit, but just you can't rush this. Just take your time. And what you're going to do is you're going to go against the grain. Keep going out. Okay, so we're just continue to clip against the grain with the 30. What I like to do, what you're going to do is you're just going to go, here's your knuckles, where your knuckles would be, your first knuckles, okay? Right in here. See, I told you he's a little heavy-footed. Right in here. You want to go right to the second set, which is the bigger knuckle on your hand. All right? So we're going to go right about there. You might get a request by a client that says, oh, bring it up a little bit higher because he gets really dirty. You can do that, but as far as the breed, how it's supposed to be, it's okay. Go to the first knuckle. Now, I want you to see here, I don't want you to forget this part right here. A lot of groomers will forget that. So you have to go all the way around. Nice, clean foot. All right? I'm going to get in front of you here. And we're going to clean the inside of the pad. It's a little heavy-footed. And we're just going to scoop that out. Okay. You're all right. You're okay. Now you just kind of keep going until he won't tolerate anymore, but you really want to try and get that nice and clean. Now you figure it really tickles. So he's not fighting you because you're hurting him. He just says, hey, that tickles. Then you want to go in the middle of in between the toes here and pull that hair out.
I'm going to go in front of you, get a better shot of this so people can see. So how did you pull it out, if you can
Basically,
show
I just kind of pulled it out like this, in between the toes.
So you go in between the toes and just lift them up then?
Yes. It's okay, you're okay. Now, really have to get in there. I got to spread those toes. That's why these cordless clippers come in really handy. Now, there's some poodles that never get used to this. My poodle being one of them. I had a poodle just would not tolerate this at all. You have to be careful with the webbing in here. Okay. And once again, it's really heavy-footed. Now, if the dog is fighting you a lot, you're just going to do it the best you can. Don't try to be a hero because you might have a grooming accident. So you just do what you can. Most clients know their dog's behavior. Okay, nice teeth, thank you. Let me get these hairs underneath here.
He's a strong boy, huh?
He's strong, yeah. Okay, it's gonna break on that. Might go back and finish up a little bit more, but I think we did pretty good. If you remember what that looked like before. All right, that's a workout. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the pattern. Okay, we're gonna work on body parts. You wanna work with the body first. You know, we worked on one side, but just work on small areas. Don't get too overwhelmed with what's going on with the entire dog. So what we're using today, we're using the 7 finishing blade. And we're going to go ahead and set the pattern. We're actually just going to create the pattern because it's already been bathed. We usually start around the withers, which is the shoulders. Okay, going with the grain. So tall. Alright. I'm going to go all the way down to his tail. And then this is a good guideline. You go right before the flank, you go down. Okay? So this is the flank area. Same thing here. We're going to go right before that and go all the way down. And what you want to do is just get rid of all the middle part here. You can see how fast this could go. Especially if you have a pet that's going to cooperate with you. I'm stretching the skin just to be able to get a tickle. Yeah, tickle. Okay. Always checking the temperature of your blade on your wrist. If it's too hot for your wrist, it's too hot for the dog. Okay. So now that we've got the middle area cleaned up here, we want to give it those lamb legs, okay, or those balloon legs. And basically your guideline is around the hip area, the hip bone. And you always want to go a little higher than what you would normally like it. Because you got to leave room for blending. Okay, so you can see that looks kind of funny, but we're gonna use that to blend nice legs on him. Okay, draw something over here. There we go. Okay. All right, going to continue on this side, and then the guideline for the shoulder here. Let's have you go over here. Don't be shy. You'll be used to the camera. Is right above, right where the shoulder would be. Okay, and then I'm just going to leave a little loop here, a little round area that I can work with to create that balloon leg. Or like chaps, you know. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and finish the neck area up here.
So you go to where? The bottom of the skull here?
Yeah,
or
for the base of the skull here.
the base of the skull.
And we'll probably do some more finishing on that area, but since I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and take that.
Same blade, 7F, the whole
7F.
body, huh?
Yes. So we're following through. You've got a whole lot of ears there. You can hold his ears up like that. All in here. Everything's being, we're taking the 7 and taking everything off what we call the torso, the neck. All in here. The only thing that we're leaving is the legs. Taking everything off the neck. Remember, it with the grain. Going in the middle here. I had a couple of heavy matting, so we had to go in a little bit closer inside. But basically, you just leave some big balloon pants on it. All right. So there you go. There's our pattern. All right. Okay. So now we're just going to work one leg at a time. Okay. Now you notice he's been brushed out pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and fluff him up a little bit. Now what are we going to do is, remember we talked about the attachment combs with a 30 blade? Okay. We want to be shorter here and then longer as we come down. All right. So whenever you're using an attachment comb, you use a 30 blade. And what I'm going to start off with first, this happens to be an Oster brand, is I'm going to start with a comb that's going to leave about a ½ inch on the body. And the way you put them on is it has a little hinge right here. Clip it onto the back of the blade here, and then push it up. It's like a spring action, so it attaches itself to the top of the blade there. Okay? So we're going to start up here. And I'm going to not go down, I'm just going to flick the top ever so slightly like this.
Just to create the blend that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it, you know, shorter than longer. Because right before it was just big. Alright, now I'm going to switch to a longer attachment comb. Now the good idea with attachment comb, like this one leaves a ½ inch, go to the next ¼ inch length, which would be 3/4 of an inch. And then start going a little bit further down. Now if you get too much resistance, it needs to be brushed out a little bit more. You never want to pull, try to make the comb go through the coat because the risk you take is that the attachment comb comes flying off and now you've got a 30 gouge in the coat. There's no way you can hide that.
30, is that a surgical blade?
It leaves like, you know, it's almost like, it almost takes off the first layer of skin cells.
Wow.
You know, they use it to prepare a pet for surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all I'm doing is allowing, I'm not going into the curves of the head, I'm just going straight down. Just having the clipper do most of the work for me. Alright? Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look at my other side and see the balance of the legs back here. I want to make sure that they're on the same length. I can see already that the one side is a little bit shorter, so I'm going to start taking my 7 blade and just flicking, blending a little bit here. Just taking off more hair. You see that?
So you want to match the left to the right.
And the other side needs to come down just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to get on that other side and just kind of bring it down just a little bit more. Just so it comes down and looks the same. Okay? Now what we want to do, this is where we want to start with the scissor work. Okay? And then I'm going to comb that up. Bad idea. And I'm going to use my curves because I'm looking at a curve here, and I'm going to start kind of blending that a little bit more. Like I said, the clippers will do a lot of your work, but you'll still have to come in here and do some finish work, especially when it comes to this type of clip.
So you're always fluffing his coat and kind of just removing the excess.
Yeah, fluffing and trimming and fluffing and trimming. Yeah, just pull the skin back so I can get in there. Now what we're going to do is start going down the leg. Okay, and I'm going to switch to my straights. And I'm just going to fluff up a little bit, and I'm going to go just across the leg here. You never want to go this way. You're going to create a line. You want to go up or you want to go down. Again, here we are fluffing and trimming. You can't have the dog sit when you're doing legs, obviously, even when you're doing the body. They can sit for the head, but definitely for the body, not for the body. Again, we're just taking off anything that kind of sticks out at us. Okay, this right here, you want to have it to have a little bit of a curve, and then it comes out and then in. Okay? This is where the hock is at. You want to use your curves in here to help you. Can to create that curve there. But it's just, at this point, it's just about really just fluffing and shaping and fluffing and shaping. And then did I say fluffing and shaping? That's what it is. When you look at the dog from the back end, I'm going to look here. Again, more fluffing and more shaping.
Just take your time, be patient.
Take your time, be patient. Now, on a smaller breed, like a toy, you won't be able to get your hand in there, so it's okay to go this way. I know that's I told you don't do that against, because it'll create a line. But you can't really see the inside of the leg anyways, and it's, you know, you can't get in there. Now, one thing we got to do is we got to create this little bevel down here, and I'll show you how to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to comb everything down. Okay. Take your straights. And just take off like a half an inch all the way around. I know, tickles. Okay? What that does is when you comb it up, now you have a little bevel at the bottom. It's not so straight edge. Okay? What that's going to help us to do is when we start shaping the bottom, I'll show you in a second. You can do it with your curves. You start shaping this bottom. So it looks more beveled. So we're going to continue to do that until we feel that it's nice and clean, nothing's sticking out. Basically, you're looking for a nice tubular, gets it, we're not done yet. Foot, leg, getting rid of all these extras, looking at it from every angle. You know, walk away from it for a little bit if you have to, and see if anything's sticking out. Because you have a general idea what it's supposed to look like. So if anything's kind of popping out, let the dog shake and see if he shakes anything out. Alright, so you can't rush this. You have a client that wants to do a rush job, they're not going to be happy. And quite frankly, neither are you. So you just keep doing that until you have a nice tubular leg. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just finish this one up, and then we'll come around and show you how to do the front one. Okay, so here we are finishing up Lucas' front leg. Basically, we did the same exact thing that we did in the back, we did in the front. So just trimming, blending, the same thing we did at the bottom on the other leg to make that nice little curve here. We did that. So again, you cannot expect to rush yourself through this kind of process. Okay. So the next thing we're going to go to the tail, and then we're going to finish off with the head. Okay. Now on the tail here, and we're going to go ahead and use a 10 or a 15. I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. We're going to go from the base of the tail here there to about right about there on the tail. Okay. Basically, it's shorter than the body.
So you used a 7F on the body, and now you're using what, a 10 or a 15?
I'm using a 15 on the tail here.
A 15?
Yes.
Okay. So you want it shorter than the body.
I want
Got
it shorter. It's one nice short. Now, if you saw, well, you have seen actually the other clip on the poodle where we did the pom-poms on the legs, and we did a pom-pom on the tail. The tail on the other poodle was a little bit more round, and this one is a little bit longer, more tubular. Okay, so you have two types of tails you can do. Okay, I'm going to comb it through, twist the end, and then trim off the end. Okay? And what you do, this has to be combed through a little bit, is they like it a little bit more tubular. But all I want to do is just take the end of the tail and just make sure that it's nice and round, taking off anything that's kind of sticking up. Yeah,
With the straight or the curved scissors you do that?
You know, I'll confess I'm doing it with the straights. I just learned to work with the straights, but if, you know, to make it easier, you would use your straights to create that nice curve.
The curves or the straights?
The curves.
The curved scissors.
Okay. No sitting. He wants to sit. He wants to come off that table. Okay. He just has a really nice poofy tail. Sit back to see how I like that. Let me see. Just gonna go around it a little bit. Again, anything kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. You just have to kind of look at, you know, from the horizon, just kind of look at it from taking off all anything that just kind of sticks up. You know, I wish we had a pattern that we can just cut out and you can sit on the dog and just trim that, but that's not the reality. Is you have to have a little bit of patience, and when it comes to scissor work, just get a little creative. No rushing during this part. All right. Now I'd like to hold his tail crooked. Nope. See, I'm just kind of looking to see if anything's kind of sticking out. Now it just looks like a mop. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to the head. Okay.
Hey, Lucas.
Yeah. And Lucas can sit down at this point. So now if he wants to, he was dying to do it earlier. Go ahead, sit down, Lucas. All right. Do what you want. Okay. So what I'm going to do is clear the way. I'm going to shave his face first. I'm going to use a 30 with Lucas because he's kind of used to it. And I'm going to go, your rule is, from the corner of the eye straight to the nub of the ear here. Okay? And on the face, you want to go against the grain. Okay? Don't be shy around the eyes. You got to get in there. Don't press too hard though, but you know, not all dogs will cooperate for you on this, but Lucas is pretty good. Okay, so go to the nub here and go a little bit of a V shape. Okay, so I'm just going to set the pattern first. Okay, and then I'm going to go down to where I was at the other side. Okay, now I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go up. So I've got my pattern already, and I can really get in there and get a nice close shave. When you get to the lip, you want to stretch that lip back. So you don't get it caught on the blade. This is called a clean face. Right here, don't forget here. Pull that back. A lot of dogs won't cooperate here, but he's really good. All right. Look at you, I have eyes. And then, don't forget these. All right. Okay, so that's where we are as far as shaving the face. Now we're going to move on to the top knot. Just going to brush out those ears real quick. Alright. And he's a little heavy-headed. Heavy-footed, heavy-headed. Okay. So I'm going to use my straights and my curves. First thing I'm going to do is comb it forward. With my straights, I'm going to cut across. Kind of like right before the stop. So a little bit before that, okay? Might have to come back in here and shave a little bit more. Okay. And then we're going to comb it to one side. Okay, and we're going to go across the side here and above the ear. Make sure you're above the ear because you don't want to, that's a serious
It's like he's wearing a helmet.
Yep. He's getting his helmet head on.
He's going to be a biker.
Right. Now once we got that, I'll be able to brush that up a little bit. And this should be really kind of straight up and down. So you might have to go back in here and go straight up and down.
That's to blend it pretty much?
Yeah. Well, I don't want, if you look at it from the front, I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be straight up. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay? We can go back and finish up a little bit more, but right now we're just setting that, what's called a box. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Your ears are getting in your mouth, Lucas. Alright, we're going to do the same. Going all the way to the back. Now I'm going to okay. Now he looks funny. Huh, you look funny. And we're not done yet. Okay. So we're going to, I see some areas that could use a little bit more trimming with a clipper. I didn't go up far enough. Okay. I'll do the same thing on here. It's okay to go back.
Just kind of giving them a final touch of
final touch.
clipping.
Now this is what we want to switch over to our curves. Okay, so we're going to be on, I'm going to be facing Lucas here, and I'm going to fluff up his head. All right. I need a curve over there, right there. Now we're going to set the height of the top knot. So this is where he cannot be moving or anything. So we're going to start from the front, and we're going to start going all the way to the back, a little bit at a time. And deciding just how tall this top knot's going to be.
It's kind of scary. You don't want to take them too down.
Yeah, well, you just do a little bit at a time. Once you figured out, okay, that's where I want to be, now you're going to have these two sides here that need to be blended. So now I've got to make those round. I'm going to use my curves or my rounds to take off the edge. Sorry, I just threw hair over at the... I'm throwing hair over at Johanna.
Hi, Johanna. She throwing hair on you?
I can see her with that. Yeah, you might as well get used to it in this business. You probably have a nest in your stomach somewhere from all the hair you inhale. So all I'm doing now is just really trying to get that nice little top knot that's nice and curvy. No, sharp edges, just curves. Again, this takes time. So continue to do that. We're going to continue to do that on both sides, and then we'll show you the finished product.
So pretty much you're going to blend the other side now with this side, and then he'll be done.
He'll be done. We'll come back and show you what he's supposed to look like finished. And see Lucas ready for a night out. So here we go with Lucas. He's complete. We did his top knot with his clean face, and just trimmed up the ears a little bit. So he's in a kennel clip.
What did you do to the ears? I'm sorry.
We just trimmed the ends a little bit. We didn't do anything. We just left them long. It's really the preference of the client, what they want us to do. So he's got his top knot, his balloon legs, his nice full tail, shaped feet.
I'm going to take a pan.
You're taking a pan? Okay. So that's the
Yeah,
example of
panning over.
a kennel clip.
Kennel clip.
Yes, kennel clip. So go ahead and view the videotape at least 3 times. Take your time with this clip, okay? You can't rush it, and it's going to take a little time to get it right. So make sure, again, read the material, look at the video 3 times, and have fun with it. Thank you again for viewing our instructional video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Well, thank you, Yvonne, and Joanna, thanks for helping and eating all this poodle hair. I hope you liked it. Next time we'll put some salt and pepper on it.
Okay.
And Lucas, say bye-bye.